Hello, YouTube and Dr. Rome and friends that may stumble upon this video. My name is Micah, and I'm going to be talking about Kelly Spears' Focus on Leadership, or Larry Spears, Focus on Leadership, chapters 10 and 11. So let's dive in. To begin, chapter 10 Servant Leadership and the Best Companies to Work For in America. We are reading Nancy Larner Rushman's work, and she was the program director of the Greenleaf Center for Servant Leadership and also has a career as management and hospitality. And she had spoken at conventions, a conference speaker, and well versed in the management area. So she dedicates her chapter to describing the the best companies to work for in America and why servant leadership is so involved with that um, ranking of best companies. I'm trying to figure out this lighting, man. Okay, so we can we'll just dive right in. So my first quote that I pulled from this chapter, which I really enjoyed this whole chapter, just using real life examples of companies that have really utilized servant leadership. Um, she starts with a construction company, but then moves into another one, Southwest. And the first quote I pulled is that on page 131, if you focus on your employees, they will treat the customers well. If you serve your internal customers, the employees, well, they will in turn serve the external customers well, which will also serve the shareholders well. It's something that we were talking about in class, but just how important it is to value serving your employees more than just customer-based focus. And I think many companies think, oh, yeah, customer first. But when you don't value your own employees, those are the ones that are actually serving the customer. So it's important to empower the employees, make them feel supported and loved. Otherwise, why would they want to support any customer or make money for you? I mean, if they're not being loved and served. So just kind of a good outlook on what Southwest does. And so then the next quote I have, page 132. Each Southwest city has its own company culture committee, which oversees everything from orientating new employees to the Southwest culture, to organizing fundraisers for the community, to volunteer efforts, and etc. So I really thought this was super cool that Southwest actually has jobs in each respective city that they have employees in, to just ensure that the company culture is really ingrained in each place that there is a Southwest, and it just makes sure that everybody's on board on the same page, that the whole company, although it's spread across the United States and has different cultures in each area, each section can still hold true to those values of servant leadership that Southwest values so highly and has found to be quite effective. So I thought it was cool that they value it so highly that they make a whole job out of it. And then the next quote I got was for I don't want to do the Southwest one again, but so the next quote I have, page 133. This was a quote from this Synovus Financial Corporation, Jim Blanchard. He says, great leaders are responsible for creating work environments in which people care about each other, share pride in a common goal, and celebrate the success for all. For this atmosphere to flourish, we have to realize that though we can't change everyone around us, we can change ourselves and make a difference. I thought this was a super powerful quote to use when I step into a position of leadership and remind people that for like in a leadership role, and also this can be delegated to all those around and subordinates, that if we want to make an impact on the world, if we want this atmosphere to flourish, then we have to realize like it starts within yourself. Like you can't just tell everyone, oh well, you need to be doing this and that, but not practice it on your own. And I just thought it was really cool. If you really want to make a difference, start with the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson once said. Um, so yeah, those were kind of my three quotes. There was another part that was cool, um, just talking about the Elizabeth Barnett who hires for the Container Store, and how she spends 3 months in the hiring process to ensure that she only hires people who are highly motivated, have great attitudes, and are team oriented. It's just, it takes time to find the right people, but it pays off. And so just one extra little nugget I got. So, and then the picture of Nancy Rushman from this chapter, that's what she looks like. Nancy. And then now we have chapter 11, From Hero as Leader to Servant as Leader, written by Anne McGee Cooper and Duane Trammell. So Anne McGee is actually a brain engineer, and she's done a lot of work in that area. She also had a consulting firm, and just worked with a lot of people, and including Southwest and the TD Industrial Company that was talked about in chapter 10. And here is a picture of her. She, according to this Dallas News, she was born in 1935 and died in 2016. Very sad. Recently passed away, but it's a picture of her. And then we have Duane Trammell, who he was a partner of Anne McGee Cooper, but he was more on the business aspect, not as much of the brain engineer stuff. He was a co-author and business facilitator. He also is the president of Trammell and Cooper Associates Incorporated. So he's been big in servant leadership, and here we have a picture of him. You can see Duane. And so we'll just dive right into chapter 11. There was quite a few good nuggets in here, but I will start on 146. He was talking about Bill Cartwright, talking about basketball teams. And this is the quote he said. A great basketball team will have trust. I've seen teams in this league where the players won't pass to a guy because they don't think he's going to catch the ball. But a great basketball team will throw the ball to everyone. If a guy drops it or bobbles it out of bounds, the next time they'll throw it to him again. And because of their confidence in him, he will have confidence. That's how you grow. I just thought this was super powerful, and because I've actually experienced it myself. When you play, I played soccer with the club team for a while, and as we brought on new players to the team that might have been better than me, or were better than me, they wouldn't want to pass me the ball, and in turn, this made me actually less comfortable on the ball. So, they thought what was overall helping the team, maybe I make a mistake every once in a while. What they thought was helping the team because they thought I was going to mess up was hurting us even more, because then I know that they don't trust me, then I don't trust them to give me the ball. I mean, it was just a internal collapse. And so by trusting everyone, even if they make mistakes, encouraging mistakes, it's a super powerful resource that is so simple, but it's just, you need to make room in areas for people to not be perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect. So I just thought that was awesome. And even if somebody messes up, relying on them again, trusting them again to try again, I really like that. So then we'll move on to the next quote I have. Lost it. Where did it go? Okay. Oh yeah, it kind of goes along with that, and it's actually also on page 146. So it's talking about the traditional types of leadership and servant as a leader. Um, but this one part that stuck out: accountability is often more often about who's to blame and using humor to control others. But a servant leader uses accountability about making it safe to learn from mistakes and using humor to lift others up and make it also safe to learn from mistakes. So I've just been in environments where people under me that I'm training or people that I'm just working with, we've been working on a project or something, and they'll constantly be apologizing to me, like for little things that go wrong. And I just say to them, hey, look, there's no reason to apologize. We're all working here together on the same project, and it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to worry about every little thing that goes wrong. Like, this is a safe place to make a mistake, to get up and try again. That's as long as you fix what goes wrong. That's the important thing. And then my final quote is for page 150. So yeah, page 150. So Margaret Mead says, never doubt the power of a small group of committed individuals to change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. It's just talking about how important it is. Well, it also says above, the magical synergy that results when egos are put aside, vision is shared, and a true learning organization takes root is something that brings incredible joy, satisfaction, and results to the participants in organizations. And then it says, never doubt the small group. I think having even just a small group with a shared vision of serving one another, of building up the planet, not just like trying to make financial gains, trying to develop people, so many other things, listening without judgment, building community around them. Even such a small group of people with this same vision can make a bigger impact than a huge corporation that actually has a larger influence. Working like this will actually change people's lives. Servant leadership will actually change people's lives and develop them into better people. I think it's just really cool to see different examples and applicable like resources that we can have to practice servant leadership. And so the practices that it gives us: listening without judgment, being authentic, build a community, sharing power, developing people. And it's just simple things that you can focus on in leadership that will really just boost and rocket companies. Myself, like, I think even it's important to view a servant leader as a learner and somebody that can learn from people. So those were the quotes I pulled from the people in those two chapters, and that's all I have. So I will be signing off. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube video, and peace. Ow! Why'd you hit me?